At Tyradine asks, what are the origin stories behind the names created for Korean solo queue accounts? My Sonar name means TSM Mid Bjergsen in Korean, and I found it the most useful because it actually helps me get my role. The first couple times I was in Korea, I picked like just really random stupid names, but then I would just play off-roll every game. So now I actually have my name and I'm like, I learned how to say, can I please play mid in Korean? So I get mid pretty much every game, so.
What are the origin stories behind the names created for Korean solo queue? Oh, mine's just the default. Everyone asks me like, why is this your name? IOSM13. Mine's the default name that Riot gave me like for the account. Then when I started streaming, I just was too lazy to change the name, and all my chat was telling me I should change the name. So I was like, just kind of annoyed that everyone was just spamming change your name. So I just decided not to change my name.
At Waterfall2 ask, which team would you like to play the most and which team would you like to avoid at Worlds? Maybe I would like to play against SKT at Worlds because of our unfortunate scrim league or something. So to like show, I don't know, like that we can beat them.
The team I'd like to play the most would probably be Rocks or SKT because they're like the best teams. And the team I'd like to avoid would probably be C9 because we've played against them a bunch and playing against them again would be kind of lame.
The team I'd like to play the most would probably be G2 because there's always a lot of EU versus NA rivalry, and I'm pretty good friends with Perks, so I'd like to get a chance to play against him on stage. And I know if I won, I talk a lot of shit. If he would win, he'd talk a lot of shit to me, so I think that'd be a lot of fun. For teams to avoid, I think it would just have to be one of the really strong teams like EDG or Rocks. But I think honestly, we're gonna end up facing them the later we get in the tournament, but I'm happy that it wasn't in groups at least, because it feels like the best of format fits us better, and it's kind of more fair to determine which is the best team.
At Super Mage 1, what champion would you like to be removed from the meta? Probably Soraka. I don't really like the champion because I think it's really oppressive and it's very not fun to play against.
I don't know what champion I would like to get removed. Maybe Nidalee, because she's just so obnoxious to play against. Like, if the enemy jungler has Nidalee, you just feel so powerless.
At Chicken Wings asks, what career would you pursue if you weren't a professional gamer? Honestly, I have no clue. When I went to school, I just like didn't know what I liked. Maybe something in computer science. I would definitely like to try doing like MMA and becoming a professional fighter, but that's like a really out there dream. I guess so is pro gaming, but this was definitely more like suited to me.
If I didn't go pro, I would have attended UC Irvine and probably still lived at home with my parents. And they would have had me study biology to become a cytogeneticist with my brother. And a cytogeneticist is just someone who studies chromosomes under a microscope and identifies like any abnormalities in them, and then presents a diagnosis. So it's a pretty sciencey, technical job that would have been pretty boring for me, but it was like the path that was set for me by my parents.
At Madawick asks, what do you miss most about NA during the boot camp? I think being able to order in food is like the best thing ever, and we're able to do it in Korea, but we don't have a Korean speaker with us, so it's kind of hard to order anything else than pizza. So
probably ordering food online and not having to go out at all for food. The food in Korea is definitely really good, but with our like practice schedule, we don't have much time to go out and get it. So we usually just get fast food nearby or like street food.
I think I just miss the feeling of like being in a place where I'm most comfortable, having like my routine down, like waking up in a place I'm comfortable with, eating the food that I'm comfortable with and like know really well, going to the gym across the street, like being able to hang out with my friends. All the people that I know live in America, so I think just the sense of like belonging and just feeling at home. Yeah, I miss that the most.
At XX3CXX94 ask, how mad does Bjergsen get when Svenskeren doesn't give second blue? He gets pretty mad. Every time I'm like on the blue and I don't tell him that I'm like doing it. He just looks over and I can just see him like start pinging on the blue. So like, oh, he noticed I'm on it. Fuck, now I gotta give him it.
At Jabara Jabro asks, how has your mentality shifted from the last World Championship to now? I don't know if my mentality has changed that much. We came in as an underdog, but I didn't feel like our chances were as good as they are now. So I still kind of feel like an underdog coming into the tournament. A lot of people think that we're gonna like dominate and that we have an easy group and all this stuff. I don't really agree. But throughout this year, since we've been working with Woodland so much, and I've worked with Doublelift, who's a really experienced pro player, I've learned a lot more on the kind of mental side and the mental aspect of being a professional player. So regardless of coming in as an underdog or confident, I feel like it's not really going to affect my performance because I know I'm kind of prepared for what it might do to me. Yeah.
At H bolster by Harambe back alive or win worlds? Yeah, win worlds. There's no doubt about that one. I'm sorry, Harambe.
I can't bring Harambe back, but I can win worlds.
Dude, I would take Win Worlds 100%. Are you serious? Harambe dying is like, he's like a martyr. Like the idea of Harambe never would have been as big as it is if he didn't die.
I don't know. Win worlds, I guess. What the fuck is that question?